Mataji, I went to work on the Monday after I spoke to you, and everyone was talking about that music concert. So they asked me what I was up to over the weekend, and I came across terms like Dharma and stuff upon reading that book. Now, I can't really tell them about words like Dharma and stuff. They will look at me very weird. So instead of saying that I read the Bhagavad Gita over the weekend, I said I went out for some drinks with my friends, just to fit in. Okay, dear. Dharma is the law of being. It is that which makes a thing what it is, without which a thing would not be what it is. For example, the Dharma of sugar is sweetness, and the Dharma of fire is heat and light. Okay, but what would be your advice? I'm struggling to incorporate this ancient spiritual knowledge into my everyday life. Like, I don't know how to go about this journey. I don't know if I'm supposed to go and live like a sage or become a vegetarian, or I'm really not sure. Our Lord gave us a good example of Dharma when he incarnated as Lord Ram. Although he was born as a prince, he went to live in the forest when he was asked to do so. Even though he was God, in that lifetime, that was his dharma of being born in that family. Mother Sita stood with her husband when he didn't have much to offer her and when life wasn't so good. And eventually life went back to normal for them and they returned to their normal, wealthy life. That's love. Preferential attachment, as we hear in Vedanta studies, is being impressed and then holding on to someone. If Lord Ram was only trying to impress Mother Sita with his wealth, when life became difficult, she would have went back to her family and asked them why the husband they chose for her to marry can't provide for her. It's important to build a loving foundation earlier on in a relationship. Family and friends will want to be involved in the early stages when they have a role to play, but the main bond is between you and your spouse. You can't speak to your brother about the things you would say to your husband. That relationship is personal and private between the two of you. Similarly, your relationship with the Lord in the study of the Bhagavad Gita is personal between you and the divine, and it's your choice to share the knowledge that you've learned if someone approaches you to be enlightened about it. Reading of the Bhagavad Gita is your own personal self-discovery, and it's your journey to discovering and living your own Dharma. The Lord himself says that it is better to live our own destiny imperfectly rather than try to live someone else's destiny perfectly. There are references to an ideal sattvic lifestyle in our scriptures that speak about celibacy and being a vegetarian, but our Lord is so compassionate that he understands we cannot make complete spiritual progress in this one lifetime. And he says that for every one step that we take towards him, he will take 1,000 steps towards us. Ideal sattvic life are goals that we should strive for, but it will happen gradually in many lifetimes. Just like we know that too much of sugar can cause diabetes, we don't avoid sugar completely because it's necessary for our normal bodily functions, as I'm sure you know as you studied biology. You as a young lady will carry your babies one day and your body needs certain nutrients as a female. So you must see what's best for you and what would help you best to live your dharma. We read about the 3 gates of destruction: anger, lust, and greed. It's not to encourage a life of abandoning the real world for life as a renunciate in the mountains. You've done biology, so you understand that our bodies function in a certain way. We control our desires. We don't avoid them completely, as we would be very agitated and frustrated. So instead of seeking pleasure from many girls, someone would choose to have one wife and remain loyal to her. Instead of fighting with someone physically and getting upset, we learn to calm ourselves down. So we learn to breathe, or we say the word Om, which is the sound of the universe, to calm ourselves down. Instead of being greedy and stealing from someone, we go to work and we earn our own living. We must try to be like a lotus flower. A lotus flower grows in muddy water, yet it maintains its purity and beauty no matter what. So we must be in the world, but not let the world be in us or pollute our mind as such. At work, you know your purpose is to earn a living and maintain a working relationship with your colleagues. You know that you have a husband or boyfriend to remain loyal to. If other people choose to spend time with colleagues outside of work, then that's their own personal choice. You don't have to now become something that you're not because you're studying the Bhagavad Gita, and it's not our place to judge others. If you were meant to lead a lifestyle of a sage, you would have been born in that environment. The Gita is simply there as a guide when you need it, but you must still live out your own destiny and obviously aim for the best that you can be. Okay, it's like a listen and don't judge type of vibe.